What's up, everybody? This is Karak with ACG, and welcome to a discussion video. Let's talk a little bit about Fallout 76. So we saw the trailer after a lengthy Twitch channel of us basically seeing nothing from Bethesda, and this came out. It's a very short trailer, and it showed more along the lines of the time frame in which this game might occur and a couple different props, and that's pretty much it. And so a lot of people have been wondering what kind of game this is. Now, there's been rumors for a while that there was something going on in the MMO style structure, and that's sort of been kiboshed by not only my sources, but a couple different people online who've stated that it isn't really an online game, and it sounds like it's a bit smaller. This is, of course, brought on comparisons. Will this game be somewhat like Ark, where you maybe go out and your job is to sort of build and colonize and get things ready for the future? One of the elements that really does interest me about this, if this all comes to play, is how it's going to fit in the lore and how it's going to basically and significantly push forward this lore into Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4, because we do know Vault 76 has been mentioned a couple times in those games. That, to me, is really where the enticing part happens. How are we going to see this play out? Even more so a little bit than the gameplay, I'm just interested in how is this going to explain what occurs in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 afterwards. I've always been a big fan of prequels, especially well-done prequels, because I know most people bring up some poor prequels that we've had in the past. But when you look at this game, you look at the little bits of the trailer that they've talked about and some of these rumors, this could be a very enticing title if you're into this kind of game. And to be frank, if you look out there, a lot of people are. If you jump into the Fallout game world and you're doing things like base building, maybe even creating the creations that later we get to play in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, this is one of the reasons why I do the Walking the Walks, because I've always been interested in the narrative. In fact, my Walking the Walk for Fallout 4 really goes into that and discusses it, and I got one or two things wrong, but it goes in and it discusses, how does civilization build itself up after war? How does it really come back together? And what type of technology would we see? What type of increases? I think this might be one of those titles that's a great narrative bridge, even if a lot of it is going to be based on, let's say, today's style of gameplay. Of course, gameplay is going to be hyper important. What is going to happen in this game? A lot of people have been hinting at it being a survival style game or a game that is sort of MMO-ish in part, but isn't necessarily a full-blown MMO. And that's certainly what sources have been indicating, is that we'll see something that's more along the lines of a smaller scale multiplayer game. And I think that brings one last question, which is this the only game that's coming for the Fallout series? Are we going to see this and then see a Fallout 5 sooner rather than later? Are we going to see this and then some other thing? Is this Starfield? These are all really good questions. I want to know what you guys think. What did you think about the trailer? Did you like the idea of it? Did you find anything in there that sort of interested you, or some hint that you think other gamers would like to know about? Feel free to comment about it in the YouTube video. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. Peace out and enjoy the rest of your week.